I'm Paul Breheny and welcome to Real Bites Australia. G'day guys, welcome back to the show. We're out on the Noosa River today, but we're right up the top end of the estuary and we're chasing bull sharks, and I'm with a scientist who's moved over here from Germany about 11 years ago, and that's what he does for a living. He chases down bull sharks and gets lots and lots of history on the bull sharks, and his name is Nico Lubitz. And I got that one right for a change. I've been trying to say his name now for about half an hour. Nico Lubitz. Okay, and yeah, we're chasing a small bull shark. We don't want anything too big, not like a 2-metre shark. I come up here a lot on the kayak with a few of my mates, and I've seen plenty of sharks around. So I gave Nico a call and said, listen, I think there's a few nice little small bullies up here that we might be able to target. And so we're going to be using a special bait, and let's see how we go. And hopefully we might get a little bit of a bycatch, you never know. And I'll cook something up for you guys at home. I'll have a little bit of a fish flick with my little fin stick, and we'll see how we go. All right guys, enjoy the show, and don't forget to comment and subscribe. The bait we're using is freshwater eel, believe it or not. Now Nico did tell me that not much eats freshwater eel in the rivers, only bull sharks absolutely love them for some reason. That's our first bait in the water there, a freshwater eel.
And then when fisheries was paying me to do this during my PhD, I'd be out doing this for 3 months at a time, no
Really?
breaks, and I would be living in my car, sleeping in the car, and during the day I'd be, you know, like knee deep through the mangrove muck trying to catch some baby bullies. Oh, that was not a mullet. That was a big sucker. Looked more like a... Oh, I caught one of them last year here. What do you call them again? Taylor?
Taylor, yeah. Could be a Taylor. Yeah, he just had a little bite on there. Yeah. I've had him, I had one spin behind the back of my kayak the other day, and there was another guy in a kayak, and he was like, holy fuck, I've never seen anything quite like that before. I said, was it a shark, mate? Yeah. I said, was it a shark? He said, yeah. Here we go. Shark on. So, here we go. First shark of the day. How good's that? Didn't take long. That was probably all of 10 minutes setting up. What is it? Are you serious? Yeah. Bring him in. Oh, how good's that? Check that out, guys. Check this out. Mate, new bait for mangrove jack, freshwater eel.
That's the third mangrove jack I've caught on these shark rigs.
Wow, good jack. Oh, they've got some teeth on them, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
So look at that, guys. Hey, how happy am I about that? We've got a new bait for mangrove jack. Get him back in the water. Hey, when you don't want to catch him, you catch him. When you do want to catch him, you can't catch him. Fantastic. Well done, mate. Thought it was a shark.
Yeah, it took off pretty well.
There he goes.
As soon as I was reeling, I realised, probably not.
That's a classic. Can't believe we just got a jack on freshwater eel. Mate, we fish for them all the time here.
Yeah.
And don't bloody get them.
Well, that's the funny thing is when I go for sharks, everyone's like, oh, the sharks are so thick, can't get past them. And when I'm here to do research,
Yeah.
catch none.
Oh, bite. That rod. Yep, just let it go. There you go, that looks like a shark.
No.
Small?
Yeah.
If it's another
Yeah, it is.
if that's another mangrove jack, I am buying freshwater eel. It's another bloody jack, bring him in. Actually, I'm gonna keep this one for a feed. Hey, we'll cook up the mangrove jack on the telly, guys. There we go. I think he's legal.
Second one.
That's the second one. That's incredible. On, just drop your, what's the name there? I'm keeping this guy. Oh, there's a heap of fish there. Wow, it's very fishy today.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to keep this one for a feed. I'm going to cook it up for the people on the show.
Yeah.
Is that cool with you?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, okay. Not often I keep mangrove jack, but there seems to be a lot of them around today, so I'm going to keep them. And one of the best feeds in the water, we'll just drop him down. Just drop that bail arm off. I can't believe it. We're not catching sharks, we're catching jacks. What are they coughing up there? Got a great little recipe to do for him. So, yeah, All right. Another bloody jack. I cannot believe it. What we need now is a shark. We need a shark now. That'd be good. Viewers know you're after a small bull shark. Why is that? Like, you're not after a big bull shark?
No, we're after the juveniles for a project that we've been running for 4 years now. We're pretty much trying to work out pretty much the big females that we're tracking offshore, that we got tracking devices in. There's about 100 of them.
Yep.
But because they're so mobile, they move around between southern New South Wales and Cape York, and some hang around the Whitsundays and some go on Magnetic Island or whatever. You can't really pinpoint where they're from. What their nursery was.
Yep.
So we're trying to use the tracking data and the genetics from all the babies from rivers between Cape York and southern New South Wales to work out the relatedness to the big girls offshore.
Yep.
To sort of figure out where those big girls might have come from. And the idea is to work out pretty much, because we see so much behavioural variability, you got some females, again, that move between Cape York and Sydney every year, and then you get other females that only live off Townsville.
Is that right?
To work out, what the driver of that variability is.
Yep.
And so what I'm seeing at the moment, going deep and deep into the data, is that sharks that are born in certain rivers exhibit certain behaviours. So what they do as adults depends on where they were born as babies, what river they come from. And that's important for us because it tells us where these different behavioural patterns arise from. Yep. But it also tells us what kind of sharks have highest overlap with certain human activities, based on, these sharks are going to hang around mostly in that area and they come from this river, or, what the connectivity is between the bull shark birth and how they behave as adults and how they overlap with fishing hotspots or, people.
Okay.
Yeah. And through the genetics data, we can also pretty much work out eventually, which is the big goal, is things like population size for the whole East Coast or per river. We got enough samples. And then you can also work out if the population is stable, decreasing, increasing, that sort of stuff. If you got enough genetic samples that you can get a good genetic picture of the whole population, you can sort of start working out these metrics.
Yeah, well, I've got a lot of fishermen mates at the moment, and they're telling me that they reckon that the sharks are increasing. Like that they should be shark cull on. But what's your thoughts on that?
I don't doubt that they are probably increasing. The only problem we have from a science perspective is there's no real good data for it because there has never been a long-term monitoring of shark populations in Queensland.
Yeah, okay.
So we have nothing to draw from besides reports, right, or old reports or anecdotal reports, some sort of fisheries data from the old days, but nothing recent.
Yep.
But I don't doubt, it's logical to assume that they are increasing in a way because, again, we talked about this before, it's the shifting baseline, right?
Yeah.
During the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, they were fished much more heavily than they are now. And management, obviously fisheries management has improved, management has become stricter. So it's logical to assume that their population are recovering from what they were 20, 30 years ago when fishing was much more intense.
Yep.
The only thing we sort of struggle with a little bit is when people say they're more abundant than ever, which is, it's kind of difficult to ecologically, accept, because what if we sat in this exact spot 200 years ago before Australia was colonized by Europeans, when this was much more pristine than it is now? Are there more sharks now than there was back then? When back in the 1800s, we've got reports of schools of mullet coming past here that would take weeks to almost pass because there's millions and millions of fish. You don't see that anymore,
Yeah.
And that obviously would have sustained large shark populations.
Yeah.
So to have more sharks now than ever, it just doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah.
And I think a big part of this is what we call the shifting baseline syndrome, and we see it with crocodiles. It's the same thing. Crocodiles were pretty much in Queensland hunted to extinction in the 1970s, right?
Yep.
And people that were born in the 1970s and grew up in the waterholes and creeks around Queensland back then now go, well, there was never any crocodiles in those creeks, they were safe to swim in. And I was like, yeah, but if you went 100 years ago, they were all throughout those creeks,
Yeah.
It's your baseline is no crocodiles in those creeks because that's what you know.
Yeah.
But if you went back, like some other person's baseline is 50 years earlier and there were crocodiles all through the place. And now it's a thing of these predatory animals like crocodiles or sharks are returning in numbers.
Yep.
And people that are in recent memory now haven't experienced that.
Yeah.
So they say it's more than ever. But there's fishermen in their 90s
Yeah.
that we've chatted to, and they said, well, Northwest Island, for example, back in the 50s, it was riddled with sharks.
These 80 centimeters. So there must be a big shark that comes in here and drops the pups.
We actually have one. We've got one with a satellite tracker.
Yep.
Her name is Katya, and she comes in here almost every year. So we've tagged her in the Whitsundays. Was it 1,200 kilometres away?
It's a long
from
way.
here?
Yeah.
And she comes in here into the Noosa River every year. We think to give birth, and we actually have a juvenile that was caught and supplied to us for a sample by fisheries in 2019, and she had relatively high genetic relatedness to that juvenile.
And it was caught here in Noosa River?
Yeah, it was caught in the Noosa River, so that obviously suggests that she has pupped in here. So it's not related enough to be like one of her offspring,
Yeah, 100%.
but it could be maybe one of her cousins or her sister's baby sort of thing,
Sure.
because there's obviously different family relationships in the river. But the interesting thing is, it's almost a 3-metre shark, and she migrates every year between Noosa and Cape York.
Yeah.
And in the breeding season, which is the summertime, she'll come in the river, and we got pings of her all the way in the lakes.
Yeah, okay. Right up the top.
It's a very big shark, and she comes in here to drop the babies.
So you have been fishing Noosa River now for quite a while, and this would be your holy grail if you could get a decent, like a smaller shark. I've taken you out and we did 16 hours, guys, on the boat, and we hooked 3, I think, sharks, all well over 2 meters. One in Woods Bay. Maybe Cooks might have cooked a couple in Woods, I think. But they were just too big to be bringing on board. So I didn't bother posting any of that. But at the moment, we're after a small bull shark, around about 80 centimeters when they're born. Is that right?
Yeah, we're after an animal that was born this year, because we know it was pupped in this river. It's a small animal, and we're trying to get the cohorts right. So we get one from last year, the year before, this year, and if they're that small, we know they're from this year.
Yeah.
And normally they're so easy to catch. I mean, Brisbane River, I've caught 26 in a couple of hours just in the Brisbane River,
Yeah.
And then in the Noosa, it's just my nemesis. It's just every time we come here, we just
You've
can't.
never caught one.
We just can't get them.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot in here. People tell us there's a lot of sharks in here, but every time we're trying, we're just not successful.
No.
And offshore, it's a different thing, right? When we're catching big adults offshore, we're using big drum lines, anchors, massive hooks.
Yeah.
The sharks are in within 30 seconds. It doesn't matter how big they are. And so it's a different story. But if you're targeting these little juveniles that we are targeting, I'm using relatively small gear. So catching a 2-meter shark is a really pain in the butt on these rods.
Yeah. Well, Nico, I reckon we'll probably get protected from this wind in between the lakes there. We might go up to that second lake where we were getting harassed the other day with the boys, where we lost a few fish.
Yeah.
We'll go and head up there, eh? Let's pull these
good.
in. I said it's unusual. Must have been. That's a fish. That's a fish. That's a shark, I'd say. Ah, catfish. We'll get rid of him. We don't want him on there. Catfish, eh? Get plenty of them up here. Got spike on them that'll spike you. Catfish, yeah. Oh, big catty.
Are these the same size?
Yeah. That's a big catfish. Thinking it was a shark?
Yeah, it pulled pretty good.
Yeah. He's a good size catty too.
Yeah. You want it?
No.
You can cook one of them up?
You can soak them in a bit of milk and do it, but yeah. I did take one for a while. I took one home with me. I've got bones where you don't want them.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, they're not great to eat. So I ended up cooking them up and giving it to the dogs. So we've got a shark on here, guys. Do you want me to net him or anything? Oh, it's a shark or it's a decent fish.
Doing the head shakes, which is a good sign. Yay!
Little bully.
Little pup.
Awesome.
That is perfect.
Perfect size. Yoo-hoo! Put him down the bottom, mate. Put him down on the floor, yeah.
Brilliant.
Hey, told you I've seen a couple in the sounder.
You mind pinning him down for a second?
Yeah.
So I can get tools.
You didn't write. He's asking me to pin it down, guys. He never put that in the contract. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's a bit naughty. That's
Yeah.
alright. It's a boy.
How can you tell it's a boy?
I'll show you in a second. So the best way to do it for you is
Yeah.
to put one hand here,
Where?
where my left hand is.
Yep.
And just put a lot of weight on it.
Yeah,
and then
okay.
your right hand on the tail and pin him down. Just put your weight on it like that.
All right.
If you're happy to.
Yeah.
All right.
Just let me try and get the video set up so that we can see what's going on. And if I get bitten, then, you know,
At least have it on camera.
At least I can have it on camera.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll come behind the back of you there, or?
Yeah, yeah.
So where do you want me to pin him?
Left hand where my left hand is. You just take over from me. They're very slimy.
Yeah, got him.
So just go like this, and then just pin him on the floor.
Yep. Well, the first bull shark, first time I've touched a bull shark.
There you go.
Perfect size for you too.
So now, one thing I will do is take a sink clip.
Yep.
Just come in here. I can show you next time you can do this for me.
Yep.
Just take this little piece off here, like that.
Yep.
And that'll go into one of these. I'll sort that out in a second. And then I'll do one more sample, which is slightly different. I need to get in on his tail here.
Oh, he's
like that.
No, he's not liking it at all.
No, that's all right. I'll go into the anal fin.
Yep.
And take a tissue sample.
How strong are they?
Very strong.
And if you had a big one like this, how hard would it be to hold them?
Very hard. Yeah, that's brilliant.
They didn't like that. Oh.
So you got a little tissue here, muscle?
Yeah.
That can tell me about their diet.
The diet.
Diet, yeah. All right, so just gonna get a quick picture.
Can you hold these things and get pictures with them, or are they just too dangerous?
Oh, you can, if you're game enough.
He's pretty strong, but.
Yeah. Let's give him a quick measure.
Move my hand.
Yeah, go on there. You can pinch it with your hand just to hold it there, so I don't have to have
it. Yeah,
I
got it. Got it.
Well, we're good. That's the exact size we're looking for.
Yeah. How good's that, mate?
Yeah. Just gonna go down on the data sheet. What time do you reckon we got him?
It was 10:15. Thank God for that. All right.
River. What would you call this spot?
This is just before the second lake of not Coroibo, Cathabra. I don't know. Don't ask me how to spell it, Nico. I wouldn't have a clue.
Today's the 30th.
The 30th, yeah.
30th of December.
So guys, what you have to understand is that's an 80 centimetre bull shark. Now, Nico doesn't want anything bigger than that. And we've actually got him an 80 centimetre bully, which is fantastic. That's the holy grail. He's been waiting to get one of them. How long you been waiting for one of them?
Or in the Noosa.
Yeah.
I've never caught one that size before. Always bigger ones, but I've only ever caught one. You remember we tried last year?
Yeah.
Couldn't get any.
Yeah.
It's always when you want them, you don't get them.
You can't get them, yeah.
And if you want to stay away from them, they're all there.
The bait we're using is freshwater eel, believe it or not. Now, Nico did tell me that not much eats freshwater eel in the rivers. Only bull sharks absolutely love them for some reason.
And mangrove jacks.
And mangrove jacks, so we found out today. So, but I will cook that up for you. Unfortunately, Nico's got to go back up to Townsville chasing more sharks. Else I would have cooked him up some lunch today. But anyway, I didn't think we were going to catch mangrove jack. All right, guys. So that was cool. Well, guys, what a great day out there. It was good fun. And finally got Nico what he wanted, an 80 centimetre bull shark. And going to be very interesting to find out exactly what's going on with the DNA there, whether it is related to the 3 metre shark that comes in the river. It's going to be good, but I will keep you posted on that. Also, we'll probably go and chase a few more sharks later on in the year, because Nico wants to see if he can get a little bit more DNA samples to see what's going on, so they can manage to and find out exactly how many bull sharks are within the area. So anyway, it was good fun. Right, now, mangrove jack, bycatch, can't believe it. We got it on eel, freshwater eel. Unbelievable. Can't believe that. That's the first mangrove jack that I've actually taken out of the river for 8 years. So very rarely do I keep them from Noosa River. Nothing wrong with them, they are beautiful, but I do enjoy catching them as well. But anyway, it's a perfect size for doing a deep fried mangrove jack, and I'm going to be serving that with a chili, ginger, caramel. Absolutely superb, with a little bit of cider rice. I think you're going to really enjoy this dish. Now you could do this, it's perfect, doing this exact same dish with bream and snapper, just smaller snappers, or any type of whole fish, even Moses perch, any of that type of fish would be perfect for this dish. So let's get cracking. I'm going to go through some ingredients, guys, what we've got today. There's a few ingredients here, but once you've got them all ready to rock and roll, the sauce takes about maybe 3 or 4 minutes to cook. So it's just a little bit of preparation that you've got to do in advance. So we've got some chili, lime juice, fish sauce, we've got some capsicum and some really nice palm sugar. We've also got some fresh ginger and garlic. So yeah, all your basic Asian ingredients. Just going to make a little sauce with the tamarind as well. It's just some tamarind paste that you can buy from any Asian store now. You can get this at Woolies, Coles, wherever. It's all over the shelves, so you guys can find that very easily. And it's got like a very tangy sort of flavour. It's beautiful. It'll go really well with our fish. Okay, and so let's get on. I'm going to get the oil heated up, and we're going to deep fry, first of all, our crispy fish. Just want to talk a little bit about the mangrove jack and how I prepared it. So what we've got here, I've put some slits. Now I've cut them in really on a fine angle so that the actual skin will protect the flesh when we cook it in the fryer. Okay, I gilled and gutted it, and yeah, looking absolutely beautiful. Really nice looking fish. Just show you those gaps in there, as you can see, and they just basically close up, and that way we're not going to get any problems with the fish or the flesh drying out. All right. But another thing that I'm actually going to pop on there as well is some rice flour to protect it as well. So I'm just going to dust it very lightly with the rice flour. Dust it over the top. It just gets rid of all that moisture as well off the fish. That wind's really just picked up now. As you can see, the flour's going everywhere. Hopefully you can hear me okay. We've had a 36-degree day here on the coast today. So it's a beautiful night, but geez, it was very hot. So hopefully you guys can hear what I'm saying. So just lightly dust it. Make sure there's no scales on there too. All right, and it's just going to go straight into our hot oil. So as you can see, guys, I've just heated the oil up here. You've got to be really, really careful when you do this. I've got a basil leaf in there. Just put it in when it's cold, and then once it comes up to start to fizz like it's doing now, basil leaf or a little bit of coriander, whatever you've got. Some people put wooden spoons in there. It is even better if you've got a temperature gauge, because it can be quite dangerous, especially with naked flames. So you've got to be super careful. Once it comes up to temperature, I like to turn the heat off. Hot enough now. I'm just going to turn it off so we don't get any naked flame and any splash or any fires. We don't want any fires. It's the last thing I want on a 36-degree day. And straight into your fryer like so. So it goes straight into the pan like so. And then once it's settled down, that's when I can actually turn the heat back on. So it's starting to settle down now. For that initial first time that you actually put your fish in, you've got to be very, very careful. So it's sitting there around about 5 minutes now. I'm just going to check it. And as you can see, it's got a naked flame. So we want to turn that off completely. So I'll turn the flame off. You've still got to be careful because this is very hot around here. So I've got myself a holy spoon and also some tongs. I'm just going to check how it's looking. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Get it nice and crispy. So I'm just going to turn it over gently. Be very careful when you do this. And that's looking pretty good now. So I'm just going to move the fish just up a little bit so I can crisp that tail up. And she's going to be ready. Stay really nice and hot. Just going to rest the fish here. Nice and hot. We're going to make the sauce now. First thing I'm going to pop in here is my capsicum. I got a little bit of oil in here. In with my chili, garlic and ginger. Plenty of ginger goes in, and the garlic. Just give that a little bit of a shake around. Also now I'm going to put my sugar in there, which is my palm sugar. Goes in. What we want to do here is just start to melt our sugar without burning it. Now in with a little bit of our tamarind water. And what we want to do now is just start to reduce this beautiful sauce. The sugars start to caramelize up. We get all that beautiful sweetness from the chilies and that beautiful ginger. I'm going to put a dash of our fish sauce in here for a little bit of saltiness. You need a little bit of saltiness, sweetness, sour, and then I'm just going to finish with some lime juice. I'm going to bring all that down to a nice caramel until it sort of coats the back of a spoon. It's looking really good now. What happens is you'll start to see these little bubbles on the edges start to get a little bit thinner. When I say thinner, they're not as big. See how big these ones are now? Well, they start to get smaller, I should say, not thinner. I'm starting to caramelize up on the sides here, as you can see. It almost starts to coat the back of the spoon. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the this beautiful caramel sauce all over the fish. How good does that look? Absolutely beautiful. All them flavors come together now. And then we're just going to finish this beautiful mangrove jack. Now I'm going to put some salad over the top of this, and I'll just let you know what's in this salad. So what we've got is some mint leaves that I picked out of the garden, some basil leaves that I've got in the garden as well. I bought some coriander because I don't have any of that, some bean shoots. This is a really nice little fresh, beautiful salad. So I've just got a very simple dressing that's going in the salad. It's just some lime juice and vegetable oil. Really, really simple. Just going to pour this over the top last minute. And this will give it a really nice sheen over the top of my fish. So then this is just going over the top of the fish, like so. And there we go.
I smash in that, that's bang on.
Well guys, make sure you tune in next time on Real Bites Australia and have a check out of what's coming up. It's going to be a good one. See you later. That's a beautiful snapper. Don't know how big he is, but shark's on the top, so as we're reeling in. Pearly. Hold on. Yeah, whatever it is. I don't think I've ever had a fish on like this before.